Let me tell you Centrale, a packed, roaring Italian crowd, and two Italian players standing on opposite sides of the net. Jannik Sinner versus Andrea Pellegrino. On the surface, this looks like just another round of 16 match at an ATP 1000 event. But when I sat down and looked at the actual numbers coming out of that first set, I realized this was not just a win. This was a surgical dissection. And I need to walk you through exactly what happened, point by point, because the story inside that 6-2 score line is genuinely fascinating. So let's start with the raw numbers because they tell us everything. In that first set, Jannik Sinner won 32 total points. Andrea Pellegrino won just 20. Now that gap, 32 to 20, that is not a close contest. That is a man completely in control of every single rally, every single exchange, every single moment on that court. And what makes it even more impressive is how Sinner built that lead. He won 12 points on his first serve alone. He put 16 first serves in play and he converted 12 of them into points. That is a 75% first serve points won rate on clay. On clay, people, that surface that is supposed to slow everything down, that is supposed to give the returner more time, more grip, more opportunity. Sinner made it look like grass. Now, here is where I want to get technical for a second because I think this is the part most analysts skip over. Look at Pellegrino's second serve numbers. He put 12 second serves into play, and Sinner won points off those 12-second serves at an absolutely punishing rate. Meanwhile, Pellegrino himself only won 7 points off his own first serve despite landing 16 of them. Think about that contrast. Both players landed 16 first serves in that set. Sinner won 12 points from his. Pellegrino won only 7 from his. That single stat right there tells you the entire story of this first set. When Sinner serves, he controls the point from ball 1. When Pellegrino serves, Sinner still controls the point from ball 1. That is what world number 1 tennis looks like up close. And then we get to the break points. This is the part that really got me. Sinner had 4 breakpoint opportunities in that first set. He converted 2 of them. A 50% conversion rate on breakpoints on clay is genuinely elite. But look at what Pellegrino managed. He created just one breakpoint opportunity the entire set. Just one. Against Sinner's serve. And he could not convert it. Not once. When a player is only getting to one breakpoint in an entire set, it means the server is so completely dominating his service games that the returner barely gets a sniff. Sinner's service games were airtight. He won all 4 of his service games in that set. Every single one. No drama, no deuces that led anywhere dangerous, just clean, efficient, dominant holes. So I also want to talk about the momentum swings because there was one massive one that I noticed. At one point in this set, Sinner won 7 consecutive points, 7 in a row, on a clay court in Rome against a player who is no pushover. Pellegrino is not some qualifier. He knows clay, he knows Italian tennis, he knows how to fight. But Sinner just put him in a blender during that run. His max games in a row was 4, which means he strung together 4 consecutive game wins at some point in that set. When you win 4 games back to back in a set, you basically take the set away from your opponent mentally before it is even over. Now let me give Pellegrino some credit here because I think that is important. He did land one ace in this set. He did win 20 points, which means he was not completely shut out. He had moments. There were rallies where he pushed Sinner deep, where he tried to use the clay, where he mixed in some slice and some heavy topspin to disrupt that Sinner ground stroke rhythm. And in those moments, you could see glimpses of why Pellegrino belongs on this stage. His max points in a row was 4, meaning he had his own mini run somewhere in that set. But every time he started building something, Sinner shut the door. And that is honestly what separates Sinner from almost everyone else on tour right now. It is not just that he plays great tennis, it is that he plays great tennis at exactly the right moments. He does not let opponents build confidence. The moment Pellegrino started winning 2 or 3 points in a row, Sinner would reset the dynamic with either a crushing forehand winner or an unreturnable serve out wide. His double fault count in this entire set? 0. Not one double fault, While Pellegrino gave away one double fault, Sinner was perfect on his second serve delivery. That kind of mental and technical discipline under the pressure of a packed Campo Centrale crowd is rare. Let me also zoom out for a second and talk about what this match means in the bigger picture of Rome 2026. Sinner came into this tournament as the number one seed. He had the home crowd behind him, which is both a gift and an enormous amount of pressure. Every Italian in those stands wanted to see him dominate, and in that first set, he delivered exactly that. The 6-2 scoreline is convincing, but I want you to remember the points ratio 32 to 20. That is, Sinner winning 61.5% of all points played in that set, on clay, in a Grand Slam caliber atmosphere. That number, 61.5%, that is the number of a player who is completely logged in and completely in command. What I am watching from Sinner right now is a player who has completely internalized what it means to be world number one. There is no extra emotion, no unnecessary energy expenditure, no moments of panic. He is ice cold in the best possible way. And the scary thing for everyone else in this draw is that the second set is already underway. And based on what I saw in that first set, I see absolutely no reason why Pellegrino can find a way back into this match. Rome belongs to Sinner right now, and honestly, I think the rest of the draw knows it too.